Marisa Maggio. I'm a Family First Life Solidity out of Boston, Massachusetts. And here with my great friend and business partner, Josh Mwanza. How you doing today, Josh?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. Super excited to have Josh here with us today. One thing Josh is amazing at is more market recruiting and really just helping people that he already knows becoming a part of the group and becoming a part of this opportunity. So we really wanted to take the time today also to take a look at when we're looking at that 80-20 rule, Josh, right? That means that 20% of your group is going to produce 80% of the results, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think that that's definitely been proven to be true here too.
100%.
So with that being said, we wanted to go ahead and talk about turning your 80% into recruiters or into a source of recruiting. And Josh, you've been doing an amazing job at that. So I want to go ahead and hit it off and kind of let you take it away with how have you utilized helping that 80% see something in themselves, but also see that hey, they have some people that might be a good fit for this opportunity.
Absolutely. So, like you said, the 80% true, the 20% are going to produce, and usually 80% will kind of be dormant and do nothing. So, I think the good way, what I've been doing is just literally reaching out to a lot of agents. It doesn't matter whether they're direct to me or they're direct to my downlines, it doesn't really matter. So, my process is, just, especially if I haven't talked to them 6 months, a year, 2 years, it doesn't matter. I just reach out to them, hey Marisa, how you doing, whatever, just thinking about you.
And you're gonna call me, right?
Yes, I'm gonna call you. Just thinking about you, a lot of things are changing in FFL. We're going to, we're doing a lot of great things. I just wanted to see how best I can help you. I know you have a lot of great potential, and then we just kick it out from there. Usually I'll get something, actually I was about to call you, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you were about to call me.
Always.
And then so how I get to find out how things been going with you.
Right.
Now this is somebody I haven't talked to if it's somebody that is just brand new, I'm just getting them now. Okay, so once they come on, I do the strategy session with them, go about the leads and all that stuff, and then the next thing is trying to find out, hey, who else do you know that we can reach out, to try to recruit and help you build a big business. At that point, I've already shown them all the big numbers how that could look like for them if they built a big agency, overrides, bonuses, and of course going through the integrity deal, all that stuff. Now they get the bigger picture.
Right.
Now then you just, hey, who else do you know that we can help you with start building something that could eventually help you get to integrity?
Absolutely.
Right? At that point now, you just give them a few minutes to kind of go through your brain and see who they know. Usually found that they know at least maybe 1, 2, 3 other people that are either licensed or somebody with potential to do this business. All right. If they're licensed, okay, let's write them down. Let's book an appointment, with this individual. And then I usually like doing Zooms with these individuals. I mean, if they're within the area, then I'll try to book an appointment for them either to come to the office. We can meet anywhere, and then just goes from there. And then from there, so for example, this one individual has maybe access to 2, 3 other people. And then we do the same thing with the other 3 people. Now we're talking about 9 other people. Right? So, and you just go from there. Now, the people that have been kind of dormant for a long time, this is the 80% that went doing nothing, right? Now, how do you turn them into your recruiters? Kind of the same process, right? You first of all, you just reach back out to them. If you haven't spoken in a year, 2 years, whatever. First of all, hey, I was just thinking about you, like I said earlier on. Just make them feel good about themselves. A lot of things are changing. Hell, I think you're really good. You can really do this. How can it also help you to get to the next level? And then from there now, listen, to get to do this, who else do you know that you think might be a good agent to it under you?
Love that. And Josh, one big thing like you're hitting on here too is like when you're calling your 80%, you're not telling them like, oh, you can't do this thing. Mm-hmm. You're saying, hey, you can do this thing. I'm still here in your corner to help you. Even though I haven't talked to you, like you said, 6 months, a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
But like, who else do you know that can get involved? Because even with that, we always talk about you don't have an agent until an agent has an agent, right?
Absolutely.
So it's almost you're setting them up for that success, like you said. And in the beginning, oftentimes agents are hesitant. They'll be like, oh, I don't want to start yet. I want to build a business. But not yet, right, Josh?
Exactly.
Not yet. I have to sell.
A lot of them will say that.
But then you're hitting them with
that's a mistake all of us made. You know, actually, our CEO talks about that. Like, you need to start from day one. You know, because if you have an agent, a dominant agent, right, then you'll be forced to produce because you have somebody looking at you. You understand? So I hit them with that. Now, just doing this in the last few months, I hit a jackpot. You know, reached out to a guy that, you know, I spoke to, I don't know, 3 years ago. You know, then he comes back, you know, actually, I've been thinking about coming back to do the lifestyle of things. You know what? I know a few other agencies in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey area. Leads us to an agent who has 200 agents.
Wow.
This guy also has access to other agencies that he works with other products, right? Now, he's told us we have access to all those other agencies he works with.
Agencies.
So now what I'm putting together is a team specifically to work with that group.
Love it.
And it all started just with a phone call.
Yep, just by reaching out.
Just by reaching out.
Just by seeing, hey, how you been? How you doing?
I've been, and maybe that time wasn't a good time, you know. We don't know what may have been happening to him that time during his life, and all of a sudden now everything lines up.
And you know, Josh, I think you and I can relate to that too. Like when we first both came into this industry, like it wasn't necessarily our time,
Exactly.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But our time, it's our time, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you turned it on and you turned it on at the right time, but you're
Yeah.
reaching out and you're making sure you stay connected,
Mm-hmm.
so that if people are getting into the industry, they're getting into the industry with you and with your group and with Family First Life and with the most supportive, you know, culture, you know, out there.
Absolutely.
So that's really exciting.
Absolutely. And just knowing that, you know, there's so much support. They don't have to be on my team. They can reach out to you. People can reach out to me. I mean, there's so many people you speak to on your team, and likewise, people, can I talk to Marisa? And I'm like, yeah, I'll give you her number. It doesn't really matter. There's just so much support.
Absolutely.
And even if it's not you and me, I mean, they can reach out to anybody.
Yep. And everybody will answer. No one's gonna.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's so many times my agents have told me, "Oh, I've been talking to this other lady on that other team," and I'm like, "Yes, do that more often. Make sure you call her as many times as you can."
Yep. If you resonate with her, keep calling her.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you don't have to be the guy or the girl to be. You know, I'm the person here who knows everything now.
Right.
You know,
It's like let the system do its job.
let the system work itself.
Yep.
You know, and that's what the Family First Life culture is all about.
I love that. And then we just lead, guide, and direct from there, right?
Absolutely.
All right. And you know, how do you approach your warm market?
So, starting with the people that already within my, you know, my circles. Okay, I do the first thing. You know, once either onboarding them or reaching back out to them. The same thing I'll do with them. I'll do with the people that bring it in. Okay, I'm not waiting till, you know, they settle down or anything like that. Right there, once you do the presentation and they start doing the contract, and hey, who else do you know, right? First of all, I'm painting the picture from producer to integrity.
Right. Producer to business owner to business acquired.
Absolutely. Now, during this process, it's going to require you building a team. So now I've laid the foundation, right? Now we need to put some cement on the foundation. Now, okay, who are these other people that you know?
Love that.
You see, and then you find that each person might lead you to maybe one or two other agents. Now, if you talk to 3 people in your agency, roughly on average, that would lead to another 9 agents, 3 of each.
I was gonna say 3. Yep, 3 by 3. Yep.
And then those other ones will lead to what, 27 maybe?
Right.
If my math is correct.
Yes.
So can you imagine if we've been doing this
All along.
Yeah.
Right.
And now take that and do with the 80% that you have in your entire team. You know? Now with what I'm doing is I'm hiring a team dedicated to that who are going to go specific to the 80%, go through the same process I've been doing by myself, and then once they find out who they know, I get involved as well.
I love that. So being able to have other people coaching and also having that expectation on your team of, hey, when you get started, we're going to start and we're going to help you, you know, help families or protect families and, you know, make sales. But we're also going to help you start building your business, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like, I know for me, I'm always like, you know, hey, Josh, I want you to predominantly focus on, you know, selling, but who else do you know that, you know, we can help get started? Because at the end of the day, it really is selfish. Even if I come in and I'm terrible, if I didn't share the opportunity with my sister, Christina, then, you know, it would look a lot different for her, and that would just be selfish on my end. So
Absolutely.
I love that.
And was it 2 weeks ago? I had one of my agents in Arizona. She was trying to recruit this lady. She's kind of semi-retired. She's 65. She gets on the Zoom with her grandson, right? she was trying to get the grandson involved in the business. As I'm talking, I found this boy's a little sharp. He said, "Oh, you know, I actually do landscaping. I have 4 of my buddies. We're in business together." And I'm like, "All right, cool. Can you do a Zoom? You and your 4 buddies." So right now he's working on the time. Probably in the next couple of days, we're gonna get together with the 4 of them. He's like, "You know, I really like what I saw, and I think my guys are gonna like it. So I'm gonna jump on the Zoom with these individuals, go through the entire process. I don't think any one of them is licensed. Get them through class, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with all of them."
And keep doing it.
And keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it.
And I think that's a healthy thing too. It's like, if you're coming in with, 3 of your business partners, like you guys are already in it together, you have skin in the game, and you're doing another business together. So
Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
And he seems like the leader of that crew, so I'm pretty sure whatever he says they're gonna go with.
Right.
You understand? So that's
The power of influence.
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
So I kind of like that, and I wish I'd been doing this a little bit, 1-2 years back, but again, we have to start from somewhere.
Absolutely. Well, I'm happy that you got started, I got started, the whole company's getting started. We're really able to share it with people that we know, that we like, and that we trust, because it's important for us to be in business with those people
Absolutely.
too. Anything else you'd want to share in regards to warm market recruiting?
No,
Like, do you
I
usually
think,
push them to
yeah.
BDMs or?
I think the other thing also that I'm just beginning to is I think just showing some love to a lot of these people that we thought would never do anything. I think I'm beginning to find that just that phone call, it feels so much appreciated.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think that would make a very big difference in trying to bring them back into the business. I'm sure you have a lot of people that have ghosted you, like you call them 1 million times and then, they don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You could even just shoot them a text, "Hey, listen, with things happening in FFL, just thinking about you, when can we connect?"
Absolutely, and it's a non-aggressive approach, and it's a genuine approach,
Yeah.
and that's what I love about that
Yeah.
too. Because we do want to see everybody win,
Absolutely.
and we're here to help everybody win.
Yeah.
It's just up to them of what they are or aren't going to do.
Yeah. And you're gonna get some people back, some may not come back, but at least, maybe out of 10 people you talk to, maybe you might get back, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, you never know.
That you would have never been able to, you would never would have got back if you didn't just pick the phone up and
Yeah.
call them.
And like this guy I'm talking about in New York, if I was like, yeah, I don't like that guy anyway, those other people, agencies would have gone elsewhere.
Agencies,
No,
right?
agencies.
Right. A lot of agents who needed to
Yeah.
be put in a better position,
Yeah.
right, would have been
So-
elsewhere. Exactly.
And then he makes a partnership with the guy that he works with on the Medicare side. Says, "I want you to be my director for life insurance for the whole country." I'm like, "Okay, Mr. Director," but so now I'm honest to do. All of us have had to do a lot of things recruiting. You've been given everything on the plate.
Yeah. Literally.
We've spent thousands of dollars recruiting, and your body just gives you access to all the agencies he has.
Right.
And now part of what is incorporated in his recruiting process is bringing on the Medicare agencies and whatever the other agencies they do. Is our FFL is not part of the recruiting process or the onboarding process. Okay, we do A, B, C, D, also we do life insurance, and have your director of life reach out to you. Now that's my guy. And then he gets these people to on the Zoom with me, and then we start the onboarding process.
Beautiful.
It all started with a phone call after 3 years.
Love it. Again, phone calls work, right?
Yeah, they do.
Awesome. Well, Josh, thank you for going over this with us today. You've always added a ton of value in terms of warm market recruiting, and really just getting to know your agents and reaching out. Like you said, that one touch can show so much love. So I appreciate you being here with me today, and appreciate being in business with you, man.
Thank you. Anytime.
Thank you.